Imagine finding yourself in the dim light of a 16th century pharmacy, neat rows of gleaming maiolica vases brimming with herbal secrets and cures. Today, only one remains, but it's enough to evoke the entire world of Costanzo Felici, a 16th century physician and naturalist. That vase, dated 1569, speaks with the vivid language of its decorations of precious colored enamels, a bridge between art and science that takes us to the heart of the Renaissance. Felici was born in Casteldurante, now Urbania, in 1525, but lived most of his life in Piobbico. Here he opened his pharmacy, a place where medical practice and naturalistic research intertwined. He was more than just a physician. He was a botanist, naturalist, collector, and scholar, in contact with the greatest scholars of the time, such as Ulisse Aldrovandi. In 1569, he wanted to celebrate his identity by commissioning a complete set of maiolica pharmaceutical vases, all bearing the Felici family crest. Of that extraordinary collection, only one remains today. This large, 5-color globular maiolica vase, approximately 40 centimeters tall. The coat of arms, a blue cross with 5 gold stars, stands in the center, framed by cartouches and grotesques. It is Felici's visual signature, a sign of his erudition and social prestige. Try to imagine him handling it in his workshop in Piobbico, stocking spices, syrups, and medicinal herbs. The date, 1569, places it at a crucial moment in his life when he was completing some of his most innovative studies. The vase, recognized and attributed to Simone da Colonnello for the first time by Professor Massimo Moretti in 2004, is among the finest maiolica works from Casteldurante. His workshop created vases decorated with fantastical figures, masks, cornucopias, and cherubs, elements we also find here. The work closely resembles a vase signed by Simone and dated 1562, now at the International Museum of Ceramics in Faenza, and a group of 8 vases preserved in Fermo. All display the same elegant hand, the same grotesque fantasy, and the same practice of personalizing vases with coats of arms and dates. It is this comparison that allows us to definitively attribute the Felici vase to Simone da Colonnello, recognizing its artistic level equal to the great masters of Renaissance maiolica. But what makes it truly special is its uniqueness. It is the only surviving example of Felici's service, and therefore the only object that directly connects us to his work as a physician and apothecary. Not just an artistic artifact, but a tangible testimony to daily life and 16th century science. To better understand Felici's cultural importance and the significance of his writings on nutrition, let's now turn the floor to Professor Tommaso Lucchetti.
Felici wrote a long letter to Ulisse Aldrovandi that has become fundamental to many disciplines, not only botany and agronomy, but also food history and anthropology. He was an innovator, a modern naturalist who analyzed not only the cuisine of the elite, but also that of the lower classes. His letter on salads is a masterpiece of observation. It begins with the proverbial recipe, salad well salted, a little vinegar, well oiled, but in reality builds a vast inventory, from the wild herbs used by peasants to the enriched salads of the courts. He describes legumes, grains, fruit, preserves, desserts, and spices. He acknowledges the novelty of corn and American beans, criticizes acorn bread, observes quince paste fashioned into artistic shapes, and even notes red pepper, then rare and used as a decoration. Finally, he discusses sugar, the luxury of the 16th century, an ingredient that every soup demands, capable of transforming the tastes of the era, so much so that it was even added to salads. Felici doesn't limit himself to food, but also recounts the rituals of conviviality. For example, the custom of changing the tablecloth after each course, because the salad, so abundant and noble, required the first tablecloth. In these pages, he reveals himself to be an extraordinary observer of society. By uniting science, cuisine, and material culture, he has left us an irreplaceable portrait of his time and his region, Montefeltro.
The Felici vase from 1569 is more than just an extraordinary piece of maiolica. It is a symbol of a man who combined science and art, personal memory, and collective heritage. On the occasion of the 5th centenary of Felici's birth, we hope that this, the only surviving example, will find a home in a public collection, perhaps even in the Marche, his homeland. Come and discover it for yourself at the Altomani Gallery in Palazzo Baviera, Piazza del Popolo 24, Pesaro.